Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In the previous video, we've managed to update the to-do entries in our to-do app, right? So far, this is what we got. Add new entry, pretty good, and we can toggle the complete state. And also we could double click to update the field, like field. Yeah, and this is A. Yeah, pretty good. So in this video, let's try to solve the problem of deletion. Okay. When we click this remove button, we need to remove this field from the to-do list. So how should we do it? Well, I think in the add process, right? When we create a new entry, we send the data to the mutation GraphQL endpoint, and then get the response back, and then we insert the to-dos, right? So I think we could first try to do the same stuff. So let's try it. So for deletion, we just send something, no special things, and then we move from the database and return the ID, I guess. But we already get the ID, so we don't need to get, let's just return the ID or not. It's okay. Let's just get the ID, and then we fetch the ID from the local store and we remove it. So that's it. Let's try to do it. Okay, the first thing is we need to modify our mutation endpoint, right? So in the notes here, add to do mutation, we just copy it and create a delete to do mutation, and this is delete to do. Input, input is actually, we just need the ID. So it's a string. Oh, no, it's ID. ID actually is, this is string. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, ID. And then out field. Out field, it's still, we just need ID. Okay, we just return the ID. Nothing special because it's already deleted. Mutate and get payload, and this we get the ID. And then with to do, we just get the index and splice it. So index would be to do's, find index. Item ID equals to ID. And if I index more than 0, we throw new error not found, and then we just return the ID. Just return the ID. Okay, we deleted ID, which is to make it clear. Deleted ID and ID. Great, and we output is the the delete ID, and how to resolve it. Obviously, it's already there. So yeah, this is it. And then we export delete mutation, update mutation, delete mutation, and add this mutation to our schema. Delete to do. Okay, now we update our schema. So there is it. We update the schema. Mutation, delete to do, delete input. It must be ID in it, and then we return delete to do payload. It's already deleted ID. That's it. So I think this should work. Let's take a look at our graphical to see how it goes. Okay. First, we try to get our to-dos. Great. You can see that we have two. To do 0, hello, to do 1, world. And then we mutation, let's reload it. And then it should be, let's say delete to do mutation. It's on. Delete to do input. It's ID. Let's remove the to do 0. And we get the deleted ID. So that's it. It's from. Okay, deleted. So we check it again. It's still there. Oh shit. I'm sorry. We forgot to splice. We just have to check the index. I'm stupid. Okay, to do splice index 1 with nothing. So yeah. And then we could try it again. Okay, delete it to see if it's really deleted. Great, you can see that it's already gone. Okay, so now our GraphQL endpoint is ready. Let's try our relay stuff. Just as the add to do mutation, we create one called delete to do mutation, and in it should be delete to do mutation. This is delete to do input, and this should be delete data ID. This is delete to do. And then this is commit delete to do mutation. We only need to know the ID. So yeah. Commit mutation, environment mutation is it, and this is ID. Updater wishes first, we commit it out and to see what we want. Okay, commit to do mutation, and then we go to our to do here. I think there's a button here, destroy, say, okay, click, delete to do. Okay, let's say remove. This one is to do, right? To do. Const remove to do as the same. We commit delete mutation, environment to do ID. So that's it. Let's import the commit. Commit delete to mutation. Oh, I'm sorry. It should be a different file. Update. It should be delete. Delete mutation cannot resolve. Oh, we need to run the GraphQL around the relay. Great. Okay, now let's see what happens. Let's first add one. 1, 2, something wrong. With the same key, to do 1. Oh, because we are actually the key actually, if we remove something, the key will not be unique anymore, right? So in our case, we need to create a global ID, like say, let's say const UID. Return I plus equals 0. Okay, so we return a closure function and please put the IDs. Okay, this is prefix, like say prefix, prefix. Oh, not here, should be here. We get UID here, so this is UID to do. UID to do. When we add a new one, it should be ID here. UID to do. Great, and then we reload it. Yeah, hello world, right? And then we add 1, add 2, and then we try to delete it and to see, delete it. The GraphQL is gone. Delete data. It's pretty good. Reload it. It should be gone. Yeah, actually it's gone. Let's just leave the world Save the world. Okay, save the world, make it better place for you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm got a little mad here. Okay, the last thing we want to do is to update the relay store, right? As we did before for the create process, we just need to do is, okay, we get a payload, const payload equals store get root field, should be delete to do, and then we need to get the const ID and deleted ID, payload, this is record, so get value, deleted ID, and then we find the, okay, delete the ID from the to-do. So actually, we need the user ID here. I'm so sad. User, what's it again? It's user. I think the type for user is wrong here. The user, we didn't import it, right? I think it should be in here. The user here. Wait a minute. There's a query. This user. It's. Okay. I don't know. I would first just use user here, and then we get the to-dos, user record, get to-dos, and set the new to-dos, right? So the to-do will be filter the to-dos out. So okay, const deleted to-do equals store get and delete ID. So here should be to-dos filter to-do not to deleted to-do. Great. I think it should work somehow. Let's try. Not sure. Haven't tried before. Okay, now let's remove it. No, we cannot read property ID of undefined ID user. Oh, we forgot to pass the user. User? Where's the user? Oh, we don't have the user here. Okay, then let's just pass it down. It's not good. Okay, let's guess the props, say props remove to do. Props to do remove to do pref. What? Okay, in our to-dos here, do we have user here? Oh, nice, we have user here. So remove equals remove. Okay, const remove the use callback. Props user. For these we have to do. We just commit delete to mutation environment and to the ID. Yeah, this is to do actually. Okay, to do. This is to do. This is fragment. Actually, we actually need to get the ref to the ID, and then we just pass in the user and import from mutation, delete mutation. Let's see how far we can go. There might be some more errors. Anyway, remove. Yeah, remove to do is not a function. It's not remove. Remove. Okay, it's remove, not remove to do. Okay, remove it. Environment is not defined. Oh, we need to use. Okay, my code is ugly because actually I'm still learning the relay. Okay. Oh yeah, nice. Actually, we did it. We can safely delete one and it's reflected right away. So we've done it. And this is the naive solution of using manually update, right? But actually the to-do actually is a node, which means it has ID. And remember last time we talked about GraphQL, if the return field has an ID in it and it has a delete record directive, the relay will remove it automatically for us. So let's try to use it. Delete record. Obviously, we need to add to ID here. Delete record. Oh, not delete record here. I'm sorry. We need to put it into delete mutation. So say, hey, okay, so delete ID is not good. We need to use ID actually, right? It says, if a field is queried from within the mutation field and with include an ID field, but it's not named with ID, I guess. We just add this delete record and to see what happens. No, we need to remove the updater as well. We want the relay to do it for us. Okay, update the relay. Remove it. Obviously, we get error. It says, cannot read property ID of now. What does it mean? Okay, by the way, first for update to do, we change it to ID, it's no string anymore. This tells the relay that our ID is totally unique globally, and you can safely do the remove them. And in our code, it says ID now. It's because in the to-dos, I guess, here. Let's take a look at our store before and after. Okay, the store before. One. Okay, we have two nodes, like here to-do 4, to-do 15, right? And the JSer has to-dos, reference to both of them. And if we remove them, and because we added the remove record directive, and actually you see that the to-do 4 is removed from the store, right? It's removed. So from the but actually the to-dos here is actually still in it. It holds the reference, but the node is gone. So one of the hacks here is that to-dos, we can filter out the empty to-dos. So we can filter to-do. We filter the to-do out. Let's see what happens. Does it work? 2, 3, true. Yeah, it's working. So nice. Let's see. We add a lot of to-dos, and in the user to-dos ref, it actually holds a lot of empty stuff, right? It's not cool, but it actually okay, because I believe that in the internal representation of the relay store, it's not array, right? It's actually an object holding the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So it's create a sparse array. Anyway, it works totally fine, I guess, but it's not ideal. In the following videos, we would try to see how we can improve this. at the beginning, we need to first solve the problem of pagination. So this is a usual case, right? Common case in the web applications that a long list holding a lot of data, like to-do list, like there's 1,000 to-do lists. We cannot just show them all at once. We need to like show 10 and load them while we are scrolling. So let's try to solve the pagination and see what Relay offers us. Okay, great. So that's it. That's all for this one. Hope it helps. See you next time. Bye bye.